The God who is the creator of the universe living inside of you. I don't think we really know the treasure in that. See, if you look out at other religions and other faiths, they don't have this. That God will come and live inside of us. We gloss over it and pass over it like it's nothing. Yeah, I got a relationship with God. Becomes a triviality. Yeah, when you say this prayer, you get into a relationship with God. Okay. No, this is something that if you really sat and meditated on it enough, you would burst into joy. You would be caught up in rapturous wonder. You couldn't contain yourself. The image of the invisible God living inside of us. At this church, we've advocated something called practicing the presence of God. There's a book by Brother Lawrence, a 16th century monk. And, his main point of the book is that all of Christianity, all of the Christian life could be summed up in practicing the presence of God, thinking on Jesus and remembering that he is always present. That is something that's amazing. And for those of you who are not yet followers of Christ, this is more. We're talking about more than just fire insurance, so you don't go down there when you go up here. This is the secret to joy and fulfillment. Christ in you. When you're going through the ups and the downs of life, the ins and the outs of existence, Christ in you. When you're facing deadlines and the pressure is on, Christ in you. When you're having trouble with your marriage and your spouse, Christ in you. When your back is against the wall, Christ in you. It's a relationship that's living and experiential and dynamic, and it transcends all boundaries and all limitations. It's Christ in you. He says, I made this thing known to the Gentiles. See, before you couldn't have access to it. And I know a lot of us feel like we still don't have access to it. You may say, man, I can't get there. You know how much dysfunction is in my family? I got news for you. Everybody's family is dysfunctional. I can't really get into it. I have this personality defect. We all have personality defects. Because the issue is it's not about you. It's about Christ in you. And so we see Paul suffering for this secret. We see him speaking, proclaiming this secret. He says it's the hope of glory. It's not just something, it's a hope. And we always think a hope is future, but it's also a hope that's right now that changes your life. And so he suffers for it. He proclaims it. And then he goes into how he lives it. He says, we proclaim him. Verse 28, we proclaim him. Notice he doesn't say we proclaim church attendance. Notice he doesn't say we proclaim a certain type of morality. Notice he doesn't say we proclaim a certain type of politics, a set of rules and regulations. He says we proclaim him, Jesus. A lot of times we try to proclaim Jesus and something else. Talk to people and you try to get them to act a certain way. It's like, well, that's not the real point. The real point is Christ. We proclaim him because he's the only one that can get you to act a certain way. A lot of times we try to be junior Holy Spirits. Don't talk to people about their morality. Talk to them about Christ. We proclaim him, admonishing. Admonishing. That's a big word, but all it means is to put it in mind. And that's why we get up here every Sunday. Every Sunday, because you know what? I know human nature. We forget. Through the ins and outs of everyday life, when you're facing bills to pay, you're going through different conflicts, you're late for work, you come home and the whole house is just in an uproar, people are cranky, tired, causes you to forget. So we come up here and we put it in your mind that it's not about all this other stuff, but it's about Christ. Admonishing and teaching everyone with all wisdom. See, back in that time, those false teachers were saying, hey, Paul gave you some wisdom, but we're going to give you all wisdom. You know, you're kind of like Christianity Junior. We're going to make you a super deluxe Christian. Just come over here. We'll tell you about all wisdom. But Paul is saying all wisdom is found in Jesus. Christ is the wisdom of God. I don't care what kind of philosophy you subscribe to. And I'm not negating any other philosophy or any other kind of wisdom. There's truth in those philosophies. There's truth in that wisdom, but all wisdom and all truth are in Jesus. He says we teach everyone with all wisdom so that we may present everyone perfect in Christ. You may say, wait a minute, perfect? Come on. I've seen Ramon all cranky and tired. That ain't perfect to me. Trying to tell us about Christ in you. Perfect. Come on. And what he's saying here is perfect. That word is not perfect like spotless. Never made a mistake. That word perfect is to be mature. And it'd be a shame for you to come in here and know the lingo and know how to talk. Come in here every Sunday, raise your hands, sing the songs, go to small group, give your money, do all these things and not be mature. It'd be a shame to have bumper stickers and to listen to, 99.5, 95.9, whatever it is. As you can see, I don't listen to it. To know all the worship songs, to do all of these things and not be a mature follower of Christ. The goal is for you to be mature, not to just get butts in the seat. That's not what it's about.